Hi, everyone. It's this week's Ask Rad. We are at our all-new time. We are going to be starting an hour earlier going forward. So this is our new time, and I'm very excited about that. Hooray. Yay. So we're going to, of course, just like normal, we're going to start with angel messages for the week of January 15th through the 21st. And we're going to start this week. I'm going to be working with animal tarot cards. So animal tarot cards. So let's have a look at what this week is bringing. The week of January 15th through the 21st. The week of January 15th to the 21st. Okay, and we are. Hi, everybody. Welcome. Okay, so let's see. What have we got here? We've got, oh, wow. Well, okay, then. So for those of you who've taken my classes and know something about tarot, well, there's a suit of the tarot that's called the Major Arcana. And Major Arcana, hi, John. Major Arcana is one of the cards that are the cards that have major big life experiences, big things. And so it's really interesting this week. All three of the cards for the week of January 15th through the 21st are Major Arcana. And there's a definite theme. There is a definite theme here. So the first card is unity. Unity. In traditional tarot, this is the Hierophant. And there wasn't really anything wrong with the word Hierophant. It's just nobody knew what a Hierophant was. And I wanted them to understand. And so this is the card that really talks about deep spiritual growth. And so I chose polar bears for that because they're really about spiritual evolution. That's one of the things that they are, because their lives are all full of solitude and isolation and very much about caring for their children. And this is sort of like a metaphor for spiritual teachers or leaders caring for the people that look to them for guidance. Polar bears are extremely intelligent, and they're also very adaptable. So let's pull all this together for Monday, Tuesday, January 15th and 16th. So I think that you're going to be feeling very spiritual. You're going to be feeling that sense of yourself, no matter what you're doing, even if you're in the office, even if you're at work, and whatever you do. You're going to be having this sense of a knowingness of a spiritual sense that's sort of floating over you for these first 2 days. And you might also have to be a little adaptable. You might have to really sort of, kind of like act in a spiritual way. If things aren't going so great between you and somebody else, try to remember the part of you that is angelic, the part of you that is a spiritual child, and try to show some love to them. Now, interestingly enough, the next card is the Hermit, which has a similar message. The Hermit is the card that's all about finding a spiritual teacher or being a spiritual teacher. So once again, even into Wednesday and Thursday, we've still got this spiritual thing kind of going on. I chose fireflies because they're just perfect, because, the Hermit always has a lantern, right? In traditional tarot. And so he's shining a light for people to be able to see. And that's what fireflies do. Fireflies shine their light for people to see. But this can also be bright new ideas. Epiphanies, one of my favorite words. I love the word epiphany. Epiphanies are brilliant new ideas that show up and allow us to kind of work through those great new ideas that have come to us. But again, both of these cards, very spiritual, very much about spirituality. And for the weekend, we have Strength. Now, again, this is a card that we have the Maasai lion and a lamb on this card. And this is a card that talks about strength through kindness. So once again, that whole thing is just permeating the whole week. the Maasai lion is all about, the courage and power, and the lamb is gentleness and vulnerability and kindness. And so strength through kindness. And this is for the weekend. So something big. Something big is happening in the week of January the 15th through the 21st. Something really big is going to be happening that will have to do with our spiritual feelings, our feelings for our brethren, the other people that are out there, leaning on the inner strength that we all have. All of these things kind of happening this week. So that's going to be really interesting, don't you think? I think that's going to be really, really interesting. So for those of you who are just joining us, we just did the angel messages for the week of January 15th through the 21st. I'm Radley Valentine, and this is Ask Rad. And so if you want to, once this is over, you can go back to the beginning and you can listen to the entire thing if you missed any part of it. It will also be posted on Facebook and YouTube, and it'll be on Instagram, hi Instagrammers, for one day, because that's how long they let me post things on Instagram is one day. So, I have a few things that I do want to tell you before we get to all the free readings and stuff. So it's finally happened. I've been teasing you to death with it for some time now. We are finally starting our twice a week Ask Rad. And so Ask Rad is also going to be happening on Fridays now. So Sundays and Fridays. And the time that I chose for Fridays was on purpose. So it's 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern. It's 11 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. But here's the kicker. For anybody down under, it's Saturday at 10 a.m. AEDT. Okay. So I really wanted to give the people down under an opportunity to play with, with me and with you guys. And for them, it's been like 3 a.m. in the morning to watch this episode of Ask Rad. So this makes it kind of fair and makes it so that everybody has a chance to play along with Ask Rad and see what it is that is going on. So also, I've got some videos that I really want to tell you about that are free and they're out there for you. First of all, a couple of weeks ago, I put a video out there that is tips for talking to your angels. It's a teaching video on how to talk to your angels. Also, I put out there a meditation that helps walk you through getting your guardian angel's name. Since a lot of people want that, a lot of people are very interested in that, and it isn't possible for me to get to everybody. There's a lot of people have expressed a lot of success with it, and so one of the things, though, that I do like to say about this particular video is that don't put a lot of pressure on yourself. Okay, it's like do it lightly and gently, and if you don't get any names, don't worry about it. Try it again later. Or what I'm discovering is that a lot of people do put pressure on themselves while they're doing the video, and the minute that the video is over and they walk away and they take the pressure off, boom, they get their angels' names. So be open to that kind of happening. Also, I have created a video meditation on leaving behind the energy of 2017 to clear it up for people to have a wonderful 2018. And so I'm almost done with it. I've just got to edit it a little bit more, and then that will be up. Again, all of these things are up on Facebook and YouTube, so whichever one you want to take a look at. Also on Facebook and YouTube are Radscopes. Radscopes for 2018. It goes by astrological sign. So you can find out what 2018 is going to look like for you on that video. So all of this stuff is out there. I've been a busy bee. And so that's all out there for you guys to take a look at. Also out there right now is my travel schedule for 2018. It's pretty busy, and it might get even busier. But I am going to be in Stuttgart, Germany, and Bristol in the UK. I'm going to be in Virginia Beach, Virginia, at the Edgar Cayce Foundation. I'm going to be in Dublin, Ireland. Hay House Australia is trying to get me back down there, so we're working on that. We're working with the Japanese who want me to come out to Japan. I'm also looking, oh yeah, Maui, thank you. Yes, I will be in Maui at the World Angel Summit live with Kyle Gray, Denise Lynn, Colette Barron-Reed, Alan Cohen. I mean, how much fun is that? I mean, I can't wait for that. And you can find my travel schedule. I've posted it on Instagram on my page. It's big and purple, just like my Genie book, and also on my Facebook page. So you can find the travel schedule. We're still working on trying to get me to California and to Florida. So all of those things. So, all right, enough announcements. And actually, that took exactly the amount of time I expected it to. So hooray. All right. So we are going to start with, let's start with Instagram this week. You sound like you're feeling better. I am. I'm glad, and I'm at a roadblock in my life. It seems to my angels have a message for me about my career and my love life by chance. And this is Jennifer Pearl. So let's do, I feel like I want to start your question, Jennifer, with fairy tarot cards. So that's what we're going to do. All right, here we go. Okay. Wow. So you're going to love this, Jennifer. So here's the card for your love life. It's the Lovers. Isn't that great? I just love it when stuff like this happens because you just can't make it up. You just can't. It's just so cool. So yeah, big deal for your love life, Jennifer. Big deal for your love life. This is big relationship, or relationships going to the next level. You know, it's marriage, it's all of that kind of stuff. So that's pretty super cool. Career is a little bit more difficult for you to balance. It's Five of Summer. And what we have in Five of Summer is we've got this fairy who's sort of flitting and tiptoeing and dodging certain things that are getting in the way. This card does ask you to remove yourself from other people's negativity, but also your own negativity. It's very important that you stay positive when it comes to career things. You might have to dodge some crazy balls that get thrown your way, but don't worry, you can do that. It'll be all right. But yeah, I mean, this is the year of romance for you for sure. So check that out. Okay, so let's see. Let's see if we got that up. We did. So hi, Patty. Patty says, hi, Radley. I have a romantic interest in someone new. Does he have romantic interest in me, or is there anything there for us? Okay, so Patty, I'm going to choose Guardian Angel Tarot cards for this question. And let's see what we get. Okay. 2 and 1. Okay. So let's see. Well, Nine of Abundance. Now that's an interesting card. That's an interesting card for a romantic question, but I don't, it's like, it doesn't bother me that this is a card that talks about peace, about joyful peace, about being content, about being happy. it's not a card of a lot of action. It's more of a card of just sort of letting things happen slowly, letting things happen in a very simple and peaceful way. This kind of in a way reminds me a little bit of my sister's romance with her husband. They've been together 23, 24 years, something like that. And I just remember that their romance was so peaceful. When they were courting each other, it wasn't full of drama, and it wasn't full of like craziness. It was just very elegant and very peaceful. And so that's kind of what I see for you in this person. So be patient and be soft and be gentle and just sort of let it happen. Okay. And there's a lot of contentment for you in that if you do that. One of the things I always like to say that I forgot to say is that I believe in a very big and gigantic and amazingly powerful creator, God, source, divine. I don't care which word you use. So it is perfectly capable of giving a message to you that was also for somebody else. So if you had that same question, is the person I'm interested in me, and this reading that I just did for Patty resonated for you as well, then I want you to accept that reading for yourself as well. All right? All right. So Mary, or Mergba. So I'm going to call you Mer, M-E-R-R-G-B, okay? It's a very generic question. It's just any messages for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Angel Tarot cards. And we'll pull a card for Mer to see what it says for her. Okay. Okay. So here's the scoop, Mer. Mer's on Instagram, folks. So excuse me if I'm looking at the other camera. There's two cameras. So Mer, here's the scoop. This is a really good card. I like this card. This is renewal, and it's Archangel Jeremiel. And Archangel Jeremiel, his name means the mercy of God. And it's a card that talks about when we're in a time of reflection in our lives. And that's not uncommon. A lot of people are in a time of reflection at the end of an old year and the beginning of a new year, really thinking a lot about what is coming for them. And this is a card that does that. It wants us to look to the past so that we can look at the present, so that we can decide what we want our future to look like. And it asks us, I think, that's one of the reasons why I put Archangel Jeremiel on here, is because I wanted people to look at their own lives and look at the review that they do for themselves with mercy upon themselves. It's Marilee. That's pretty. I love that name. So to look at the past and the present with mercy upon yourself, mercy upon others, and as you just decide what you want to do going forward. Now, Marilee, the other thing that I would say is Archangel Jeremiel is one of the archangels that I like to work with when it comes to my intuition. And whenever I'm going to be doing readings like today, I start with Dear Archangels Uriel, Haniel, Jeremiel, and Raziel. And there's a reason why, I should finish. Dear Archangels Uriel, Haniel, Jeremiel, and Raziel, please be with me today for any of the readings that I do. Let my readings be of value, be of purpose, be of meaning. Let them really make a difference in people's lives. Let me be of service. Let me know the words of Spirit so as to convey the words of Spirit in such a way as to enlighten, to inspire, and to heal. That's my little prayer that I do before I do readings. And there's a reason that I include Jeremiel, and there's a reason why I include Haniel in that, because they're both archangels of intuition and developing our divine gifts. And so for those of you who are wanting to develop your divine gifts, that's something for you to remember. These are two very powerful, Archangel Jeremiel and Haniel, very important archangels. Okay, so back over to Facebook. Let's see. Come on, come on. Well, I saw one I wanted to do, but I can't catch it. They're flying by on Facebook just like they always fly by. Let's see. But I caught one. So hi there. Now I'm gonna make a go at your name. Shafinaz. Is that right? I'm gonna hope it's right. It's the best I can do. Shafinaz. I'm trying. I just love you. That's sweet. May I get a message about second date I'm about to have tonight? Please, his name is Jeremy. Oh, well, I love that name too. Do you see this blossoming into a solid relationship? Also moved back to New York and had interview. Okay, so let's just focus on the relationship thing. So I'm going to go with Angel Answers Oracle cards for this one. And we'll see what we get, all right? We'll see what we get. Okay, let me take that down so that we can see cards. Okay. Okay, here we go. Trust. Ooh. How about that, Shafinaz? Trust. So I think you should trust that this relationship is something that is good for you and that it will go someplace that is important. You know, one of the things that I think is very important is that, you know, we learn so much about what we really want in a relationship, sometimes by wanting to, by what we learn from the people that we don't get on with so much. So, you know, I think that everything happens for a reason, and everything happens for a reason that is for our perfect joy, our perfect happy joy. And so you should just trust that this is going to go well tonight. Or if it doesn't go well, you'll have learned something incredibly fantastic about what you don't want. So just trust it, girl. Just trust. Okay? Just trust. All right, so let's see. Hi, Instagrammers. How are you guys doing? All right. Let's see. Message from the angels, guides, or loved ones. So Karen DeFurio, I think. Message from my angels, guides, or loved ones, please. Okay, Karen. Let me write that down so I don't let it blip out right out of my brain. So we haven't played with Archangel Power Tarot cards yet. So let's pull a card for Karen and see what the angels have to say to her. Okay. Okay, okay, so 9 of Raphael. Wish comes true. What you want now comes to you. So, okay, so there's a couple of things that I would like to talk about this card. So first of all, obviously there's a genie on this card. So Karen, if you're interested, I just wrote a book called How to Be Your Own Genie, Manifesting the Magical Life You Were Born to Live. And it's everything that I have learned in the last too many years that I'm not going to tell you about how to have a magical life, how to change my life to be what I wanted it to be, to stop being a certified public accountant and get to be a Hay House author and a spiritual teacher and get to live in this life that I love so much. That's what How to Be Your Own Genie is about. It looks like this if you've not seen it. So you might want to check out How to Be Your Own Genie if you haven't looked into it. But also, this is a card of wishes come true, of dreams come true. So something very big is about to happen for you that is really positive, that is really joyful, that is really going to make you happy. So if you've got a dream that you've been wanting to come true, take action on it. This is an action card. We had a non-action card earlier for Patty. This is an action card for Karen. And this is really about taking steps. Even if they're small steps, it's like exponential what happens to get you towards your dreams. So there you go. Okay, let's see. Dun, dun, dun. So, Erica, I'd love a message from you, Rad. Thanks and bless you, Erica. So, everybody, very general questions today. That's cool. I don't care. So, sounds like people are just sort of in a mode, and maybe you're just already starting. For those of you who didn't see the angel messages for the week of January 15th through the 21st, I did them at the very beginning of this episode of Ask Rad, and it was very much about this week being very spiritual, very inward, very much about letting Spirit talk to us and us listening. So I'm feeling like I want to stay with Archangel Power Tarot cards for Erica. So we'll just do that. Okay. So again, a very positive card, This is Six of Gabriel. Six of Gabriel is a card of success, but also recognition for that success. People seeing the contribution that you are making and saying thank you and being grateful for it and being happy and joyful for it. So this is a very important time for you to go for what you want. And also, it's like, Erica, I'm sort of kind of getting the intuitive inner feeling that maybe it's not always easy for you to receive. So receive, accept the recognition, accept the compliments, accept the positive energy that's about to come your way, and let it come in. And don't let your ego talk you out of it. Don't let your ego walk away from this episode of Ask Rad and go, well, I don't know. I don't think that's going to happen. And instead, walk away from it and go, yeah, it is going to happen. It is going to happen. It's absolutely going to happen. It's going to happen. And just accept it and embrace it and let people be really nice to you. Okay? Let them. Just let them. All right, back to Instagram. Okay, let's see. Talita Angels, will I get pregnant this year? Okay, so will I get pregnant this year? Okay, so I am going to go to Guardian Angel Tarot cards. And the reason, some of you who are my students, you know why I'm doing that, because that's a very tender question. If Talita wants to get pregnant this year and we get something that doesn't say she's getting pregnant this year, Guardian Angel Tarot cards are the deck that says things the softest, in the most gentle way. And so when someone asks me a tender question, I like to go over here. So let's find out. And we're all crossing our fingers. Everybody's crossing their fingers, right? Everybody's crossing their fingers that this is going to be what Talita wants it to be. Okay. 2 and 1. Okay, here we go. Yay, thank you. Okay, yay. Successful completion. See that, girl? See that? Successful completion. So successful completion of a pregnancy. Yes, yay for you. Whew. Thank gosh. Thank gosh. Okay, so the thing I would say, Talita, for you is there's two archangels that I would suggest that you work with. And I don't know if you work with archangels or not, but Archangel Raphael is all about all things that are health. But Archangel Gabriel is the archangel of the Annunciation, and therefore she is considered to be the archangel of babies and pregnancies and stuff like that. So I would suggest that you work with Gabriel and Raphael. So, whew. Okay, so let's see. All right, back to Facebook. Hi, Facebook. We have Tina. Hi, Tina. How you doing? Tina says, "What is my year going to be like? Thanks." So I'm going to go back at this point to Angel Tarot cards for Tina. Angel Tarot cards. All right, let's see. Okay. 2 and 1. All right. So, well, now this is a card that has come up before, but in a different variation. So this is 5 of Summer. And 5 of Summer says, be open to all that heaven has waiting for you. So this is a card, again, that talks about being sure that you keep your thoughts positive and that you not go negative. I mean, I chose dragonflies for this card because dragonflies are pretty amazing. And this is also a card about adaptability. Well, dragonflies can go forward, they can go backwards, they can go up, they can go down, they can zip all around. But they're also creatures that are born of water, but then live in the air. And so it asks us to be balanced in the way that we look at things, to look at our emotions, to listen to our heart, but also not to just negate anything that our mind might tell us. We need to make sure that we're thinking about our heart, with balance with the heart and the head. Bringing these two things into balance and be adaptable. Be ready to make changes in whatever way you feel called by your angels or by life to make changes that need to be made. Okay, let's see. So CDE Greif wants to know who her guardian angels are. And so the first name I'm getting is Constantina. So Constantina, Constantina. And I'm getting Isaiah. Constantina and Isaiah, very different names. Here, and so I'm going to let Constantina is pulling this card, not me, okay? So this is a card from Constantina. Interestingly, she chose from Fairy Tarot cards. So what does this tell us about her right away? It tells us right away that Constantina has a sense of humor, that she's a fun guardian angel, because she didn't, as a guardian angel might go for guardian angel tarot cards or angel tarot cards, but no, almost as a way to laugh and to be joyful, she said, let's pull from the fairy tarot cards. And so this is Princess of Spring. So this is a really great card. This is a card of new opportunities that happen, that come your way. Sorry, Facebook. Card. See how joyful she looks. See how happy she looks. She's on a swing and she's just joyfully enjoying life. Joyfully enjoying life. So enjoy life. Make sure you do that. Make sure that you see the happiness and the positive stuff. All right, back to Facebook. Let's see. So Susan, hi Susan. Susan is saying, is 2018 a breakthrough year in her career? A breakthrough year in her career. Well, she's standing there with a microphone, so that makes me think she's either a speaker or a singer. So both of those things are very creative. So that makes me want to go again to Fairy Tarot cards. So, and we'll see what we get for Susan. All right. Okay. Excuse me. Okay. All right, so the card for Susan is Six of Winter, okay? So Six of Winter is a card that talks about the end of troubled times, So it's a card that where we have been through a lot of hardships and a lot of difficulties and a lot of things along those lines, but now they're over and now things start to get really, really better. Now, you had a jumping card. There was a jumping card, so you actually get 2 cards today. And the other card here is ego. Now, ego isn't what you might think it means. Ego is the part of us that says you can't do something. Okay, you can't do something. It tries to talk you out of your dreams. And so so I'm going to show you this card really close up, and then we're going to talk about some of the imagery and why that imagery is there. Okay, hey Instagrammers, here you go. All right. So this card has two fairies and there's a fire burning. And on the cards, sorry, this is when Radley has to put on glasses. You don't know if you've ever seen me with glasses, but it says, the scrolls say guilt and fear and worry. And so they're tossing those scrolls into the fire to get rid of them. So release fear, release worry, release guilt, and silence that voice that says Susan can't do something. And instead, embrace the fact that this is the year where all the difficulties fade away. All right? So that's for Susan. So let's see. So Anaya Luapi, honestly, Instagram names are hilarious. So Ani says, hi Rads, since the fact that I'm more spiritual makes it kind of hard to find a partner, any guidance. Okay, well, now, okay, so can we unwind that a little bit? Because I really want to unwind that. So, in most relationships that I am aware of, in particular, most relationships of Hay House authors and Hay House speakers and teachers, we tend to be in relationships with people who are not really into this. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, it's like Lee, my husband, Colette Baron Reed's husband, Denise Lynn's husband. These are men who really support us. They love us. They're proud of us. And they're absolutely kind of not interested in this at all. Okay? And so I would like you to release this limiting belief system that you have, that because you're spiritual, you can't find romance. Because what you're doing, I think, is trying to say that you have to have a partner that's very spiritual. You don't, not necessarily. I mean, maybe you do, and maybe you do, fine. If you're going to put that on the universe, then have faith in it. You can't put that belief on the universe that you have to have a partner that's spiritual and then put the limiting belief on top of it like icing on a cake that says that's hard to find. You can't do that. You can't. So you got to release one of these two things. You either have to release the limiting belief that you cannot have, that it's hard to find a spiritual partner, and instead replace it with what I talk about in How to Be Your Own Genie as an antidote belief that is that it is easy for me to find the perfect spiritual partner. But if you're going to keep the belief system that it's hard to find a spiritual partner, then you need to keep the belief system that I will find a partner who supports me in what I believe, who supports me in my belief systems, who supports me in my spirituality and doesn't look down on it. So, right? Does that make sense to you? I mean, come on, don't do that. Right, exactly. Soleil says, my grandma's very spiritual, my grandpa isn't. They have been married for 52 years now. See, we have to be so careful with this when we talk about relationships. I talk a lot about relationships. I call it genie love in How to Be Your Own Genie. It's like we think we have to have our soulmate or our twin flame, or it's got to be this way. And it's like, Leah's not what I was looking for. And yet here we are. We've been together for 10 years. We got married. He's so proud of me. He doesn't even know what to do with himself. He still hasn't read my book. He hasn't even read this book over here that I wrote like 5 years ago. I mean, he's promising me he's going to read Jeannie when we go on vacation in March, and I'm hoping he will, because I swear I wrote Jeannie almost as much for him as for anything. But, you know, it's okay. He supports me. That's what matters. That's what matters. Okay, guys. So our time is up for today. So reminders for all of you, Ask Grad is now twice a week. It is now twice a week. So we've got this one. If you missed the angel messages for January 15th through the 21st, or at the beginning of this broadcast, which will be posted on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram for one day, and you can go back to the beginning and see what this week is coming up, is what's going to be going on. But then there will be also an Ask Grad on Friday. And that Ask Grad is purely readings, because we won't be doing angel messages for the first 10 minutes. Now, so it's the second Ask Grad is Fridays, 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. And Australians and New Zealanders, I did this for you. I did this for you. It is Saturday morning at 10 a.m. AEDT time. Okay? Saturday morning, 10 a.m. AEDT time. All right. Again, lots of free videos on my Facebook page and on YouTube for meeting your guardian angels and tips of talking to your angels. A new one coming up for releasing all the blech that was 2017 in order to embrace all the wonderful yumminess that 2018 is going to be. All that stuff's out there. Going to be starting on the Archangel Meditations next. I'm doing all this in between writing my next book. So writing my next book, and the deadline is coming. So love you guys. Have a great week. Sounds like a very spiritual week, a very beautiful week for all of you. Take in all the love. Love you guys. And remember, just like always, life is magic.